today's sticker tutorial, we're going to be doing die cut stickers on the Cricut Joy Xtra, and I will be using the printable waterproof sticker set. This is the white set, not the transparent or holographic versions. I'll have more videos with those coming up in the future, but today I'm going to be using the printable waterproof sticker set with the white background, and the back side of these, they look just like the regular sticker paper, but these have like a little overlay that goes on top of them. The other thing I'll be using is the Cricut Joy Xtra light grip mat and a brayer, and that will help us get this down onto our cutting mat. Okay, let's go over to Design Space, create our stickers, and then we're going to come back here and do all the cutting. So here we are in Design Space. I have a blank canvas brought up. The first thing that I want to do is go to Projects. I'm going to click on My Projects, and I'm going to grab a maximum print and cut area template that I created. I'll have this link down in the description for you so that you can grab this as well. But essentially, I just made this so that I know exactly how much room I have when I am making stickers. I'm going to click Save As. I'll just do die cut stickers, like whatever you want to name them. You name them whatever you want to name them. And I'll click Save. So that's the first thing you want to do, is you want to do Save As and save your project. Then I'm just going to go ahead and hide these directions. You'll be able to refer to them, and I will just go through them as we make our stickers. So let's go grab some images, and I'm going to click on Bookmarked because I have quite a few that I've already bookmarked that I'd like to use. I'm thinking coffee, because adulting is hard. Go outside and explore. Adventure is out there. Take a hike. A yawn is a silent scream for coffee. Okay, and then I have one more. Can't remember where I put it. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark that and select that and bring it in. Now, obviously, you can see that these are really ginormous. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to size these all down. I'm just clicking and dragging the corner, and I'm just bringing them down to kind of a decent size. We are going to be making some die cut stickers, so I do need to go through these to kind of fix them up the way I want them. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. Okay, and then as we get done with them one by one, I'll put them over here. Now, as far as the go outside and explore, let's make an offset. And I'm going to make a really thin offset circle around the black outline circle that you see. All right, so you can see it's pretty big. So I'm going to take this little circle here and slide it down. And I really just want it ever so slight. That's a little bit too big. Keep going. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to click Apply, and you can see how my offset turns black. Let's change that to a really fun green color, just like that. So go to the Operation menu, click on the color, grab the color you want, and then it looks like this. Now, I do need to go to my offset. I don't want any of those white areas showing, so I'm going to go to Offset in my Layers panel. I'll come down to Contour, and then I'm going to click on Hide All Contours. I only want the green circle to appear. So there we go. That looks fantastic. I'm going to click off of that, and then I'm going to click and drag to select both of them. I'm going to come down to the bottom of my Layers panel, and I will click Flatten. So there is my Go Outside and Explore. Let's go ahead and double click over here, and we'll just put Go Outside. All right, so we know which one that is, and we'll just size this down. So about like that. Next, we're going to do this one. It says coffee because adulting is hard. And I thought that was hilarious. I'm going to go ahead and do offset again. Now it's going to remember the last offset that I had. Let's go ahead and click apply. Okay, I kind of like that, but I am going to go to contour, hide all contours, exit out, and then I'm going to change that to a different color that I think would be really fun. Let's do like a brown one, but I don't want it that dark. So I'll click on advanced, and I'll just move it over until I get to kind of the color I'm looking for. All right, that looks great. So I'm going to select both of those, come over here and flatten, and then I'll move that out of the way. Let's do the take a hike. Now this one here, I'm going to do another offset. I like that thin offset. I'm I'm going to click apply, and I don't want it to be black, so I'm going to change it to white up here. Grab that. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the offset in the layers panel, come down to contour, hide all contours. Now I've got this, grab both, come down, flatten, move that over there. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with adventure. So we're going to do offset, we're going to do apply. We're going to, actually let's undo that. Let's do an offset that will cover all of that area. So I'm going to blow that up so you can see it. And I'm going to click offset. And then I want this to be closed up. So I'm going to go over here to the dot. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to move it over. Okay, it's almost there. I think that'll be fine. I'm going to go to apply, go back to my colors, go back to white, and then that little piece right there, I don't want that. My offset is selected in my layers panel. Then I will go to contour, hide all contours, exit out, and there's my sticker. Grab both, flatten, and then we can just go ahead and size that down some too. Okay, and we'll worry about all the sizing here in just a moment. Now, let's talk about this yawn is a silent scream for coffee. Let's get a shape, and how about we go with, well, let's just go with the circle. That's pretty basic. Okay, let's change our circle. Let's do like a pink color, but I'm going to go to advanced and I'm going to do a really light pink. Perfect. And then I'm going to size it up. Now this circle needs to go to the back. So I'm going to go to arrange, send to back. Let's see if we can make our little coffee image a little bit bigger. Oh, that looks pretty good. Select both, go to align, and go to center. Okay, notice that that moved it all the way up. So I'm going to just use my down arrow and I'm going to push it down until I like the placement. I think that looks good to my eye. Select both, flatten, love it, move it over there. Okay, and then I have this one here. All right, let's grab a rounded rectangle. Let's change the rounded rectangle to white. Let's move this up. Okay, it needs to come to the front. So arrange, bring to front. Let me just squish it in a little bit and maybe make it a little more elongated. I think that looks good. Let's select both, go to align, go to center. Wow, that was pretty on the money. They're both still selected. Let's flatten. Okay, so here are all our stickers. Now, obviously, we want to have quite a few stickers. Let's bring this over here and start working with our stickers. I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to just bring it a little bit bigger. And then while it is still selected, I'm going to duplicate it 1, 2, 3 times. Let's move this one over in this corner. We can put this one here and this one here. And you can see how they're a little big. Let's select each one and we'll just move it down to about 1.55. We'll do the same thing here. All right, now that they're all resized, let's get them situated. That one looks good. That one looks good. That one, let me double check my placements here one more time. All right, I think those are great. I'm going to leave them be. Let's pull in the bear. Okay, we need to bring him to the front and let's make him about the same size as that blue one. So I just kind of blew him up a little bit. And then the coffee one, I'm going to move the coffee one over. I'm going to use that to help size it down a little bit. I need to move that coffee out of the way, put this guy back. So I think this will be fine. Let's duplicate these. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now let's pull these in and see how they look. So I'm going to put a coffee one here and here, the bear one there, and we'll put a bear one here. We've got the coffee one there, put a bear here. We can put another coffee in there. Maybe we'll move this one over a little bit. So we're going to get these all aligned. Now let me zoom in a little bit and we're going to manipulate these a little bit more. Okay. I'm thinking maybe the coffee one should be a little smaller. Let's go into about 1.77. Okay, so there's all of those. It's about the size of the bear. Okay, so we're going to put them offset from each other. And what I'm doing here is just making sure that nothing is overlapping. Okay, I want everything to be in its own little space with nothing overlapping. Okay, I think that looks great. Now I'm going to zoom back out so I can find these. We've got this one here and here and here. Well, the brown bear is 1.69, so let's go ahead and change the pink one to 1.69 also. And you can come up here to the sizing and you can just type it in as well, or you can just drag the size however you want. And let's do 3 more of those. 1, 2, 3. Let's do up here by the size, let's go ahead and do like 1.25 for the take a hike and see what that looks like. And let's do 1, 2, 3. And then as far as the hiked it and liked it, let's do that at 1. Oh, that's a little too small, I think. Let's make it a little bit, a little bit bigger than the take a hike. Okay, see how I just use that as a size reference? Okay, let's do 4 more of those. 1, 2, 3, 3 more of those. All right, so now let's put in, let's see, we're going to put this pink one here, and we can put this pink one here. Let's put, how about we put these, well, let's actually try it like this. Let's see what this does. Basically, I'm going to play around with these for a few minutes just to see if I can find the best placement for all of these. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. I'm going to zoom in again, and I'm just going to make sure that everything is within the pink boundaries and that nothing is overlapping. We can actually move these over slightly and bring this guy in just a little bit. Okay, I think that looks good. And I'm noticing that nothing is overlapping. I can even bring these down a little bit. All right, I think that looks really, really great. So let me zoom back out. Okay, I want to hide the pink template. So I'm going to click on that eyeball over here in my layers panel. Next, I'm going to click and drag to select all of those all at one time. And then we are going to attach them. Okay, and our sizing is great because we don't have a little red warning. This looks fantastic. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on the Make button. All right, you can see all of our stickers are in a great area. Everything is maximized. This looks really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and click on Continue. It's going to connect to our Joy Xtra. Next, I will click on Send to Printer. Okay, once it populates and finds my printer, I'm going to go ahead and select Bleed Off, and then I am going to do System Dialog. Now, the reason why I'm doing Bleed Off is because most all of these have some sort of offset. Actually, I take that back. Let me do Bleed On and then System Dialog. And then we're going to click on Print. Then you can see where it found my printer. I will go to Preferences. I will go to Paper Quality. Okay, as far as paper, because it's not like a matte papery finish, I'm just going to do glossy brochure or professional paper. Then I'm going to choose Best for quality, leave it color, click OK, and then I'm going to go to Print. Okay, so now that my material has printed, because I want these to be die cut stickers and not kiss cut, I am going to choose Heavy Cardstock 100 pound, and then I am going to click on More Pressure. So normally the Cricut Joy Xtra defaults to kiss cut, which is normally fine, but today I want some die cut stickers. So Heavy Cardstock 100 pound and More Pressure. This is what we're going to use to cut out our sticker paper. Let's go over to the overhead camera. We're going to get our mat ready and our stickers cut out. So I'll just be choosing the go and unload functions when they pop up here on the screen. Okay, here are all of our stickers that we're going to make die cut stickers out of. This little spot right here that you can see where the green and pink circles are touching, that's only happening because I chose to do the bleed, and I'll show you why the bleed is important here when we're done. But essentially these are going to come out great. I'm not worried about that little spot, and you'll see why in a moment. So let's go ahead and get these onto the mat. Okay, so this is our sticker paper. This top sheet here out of the sticker package, this is the vinyl laminate, and this is what is going to go on top of our stickers to make them waterproof. So right up here at the very, very top, you're going to peel off this little strip, and then you're going to turn this over. I'm going to just use these magnets to hold that in place. You're going to line up the top of this with the top of your sheet here. Okay, so just like that, all right? And then this is a hinge. I'll move these out of the way. I'm going to grab this paper here, this white paper, and then like my transfer tape, I'm just going to pull that off. Okay, so I'm going to pull that off, and as I do, I'm just going to push this down with my hands. This one here, you could even use your large scraper tool. You could even use a ruler. In fact, that's probably a good thing to use. Let me grab that. Okay, and we'll just go like this. So this is now part of the trash bin. Here is our stickers, and I do like to go over them. You can do this large scraper, just like this. And I'm just making sure there's no bubbles. You could even use your brayer again, just like that. Either way is fine. You don't have to do both of them. So next we're going to get our light grip mat, pull off the protective film, and then right here, these registration marks in the corners, you know, don't cut those off. But right here, you can see the little triangle. And that's just your reminder to have that up in the top left corner. So we're going to get this in that place there. And here, smooth that down. And I do like to go over it with my brayer. We're going to bring in the Joy Xtra. We're going to get our mat ready. I'm going to put this into the machine. It will measure the mat like always, and then it will start to register these little marks here in these corners. Once it's done with all that, then it will start to cut out all of the stickers. Don't forget, I'm using the 110-pound heavy cardstock setting and more pressure, and that way I get the die cut effect instead of kiss cut. So let's go ahead and get these cut out. All right, these have cut out and I've hit the unload button. And then I'll just show you here when I go to peel these up. There we go. Perfect die cut stickers. So that setting of 110-pound heavy cardstock does a great job. It will cut around all of your stickers twice, and that will go through all of the materials. And fantastic. So here we are with our die cut stickers. Okay, and then to get these off of the mat, you just do like always, you just bend your mat and carefully pull off all of the items that are on your mat. All right, and then these are all of our die cut stickers. These came out really, really well. Now let me show you something about the bleed. So the bleed is going to give a little bit of an outline of the color that is on the edge of the sticker or whatever you're doing for print and cut. And then the Cricut cuts ever so slightly inside that. And that way you just get a really good cut around your stickers. Obviously the ones that were white, it didn't matter about the bleed, but it did make a difference on the green, the pink, and the tan. And that's another reason why that didn't matter, that those were touching. Okay, these stickers came out fantastic. So we've hiked it, liked it, go outside and explore, take a hike, coffee, because adulting is hard. A yawn is a silent scream for coffee, and adventure is out there. And then, to be honest, these two probably could have been done a lot bigger, but that's okay. They're still really, really cute. Now, I will tell you that I don't have good nails, but if I bend the sticker back and then to the front, then I can usually separate the sticker from its carrier sheet, just like that. Another option, and you have to be really, really careful with this one, is you can take your sticker and like your X-Acto knife or craft knife and just very carefully slice just the carrier sheet, this backing. You just really want to do the backing, and it gives you a little bit of a lip that you can pull off. There we go. But you want to be really careful because you don't want to cut into your sticker. So you can see here, my sticker is good, but this got cut. So that's another thing you can do. You could also just use a weeding tool and pull the back off, just like you would with transfer tape or whatever. But anyway, these came out so fantastic. Now, quite frankly, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of these, but if I'm going to make one sticker, might as well make a whole bunch. I will have a link to the Design Space file for these stickers down in the description, as well as all tools and materials listed. Let me know down in the comments which one of these stickers is your favorite, and also, do you prefer kiss cut stickers or do you prefer die cut stickers like these? Or does it depend on what you're using them for? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until I see you in the next card or craft, as always, have an amazing day and happy crafting.
Thank you all so much for watching today. I'm so glad that you can join me at my craft table. If you're not already, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when new videos arrive. Have a great day, and as always, happy crafting.